Objection!
What is that noise? Oh, that was one of my calls of steel voice training exercises. Oh, now on you accused of caterwauling out of this sacred hall. Guess I better take it down a notch. Well, it's worth a try.
Objection!
Nope.
Hold it!
Shit.
Objection!
I'll see what the consult says, but looks like you're having a tough time there, Apollo. Is that obvious? I've been watching your defense since you first started, so yeah. From where I sit, I wonder if there isn't something about this one statement. Now you mention it. Thanks, Mr. Wright. Yeah.
Objection!
Come on. I'll redo all of this. Fuck.
Objection!
There we go. I can't believe I'm presenting this, but it proves there was another victim. Still, the only ones there at the scene of the crime were... No, it can't be. Will the defense care to share something with us? Queen Amara, you knew, didn't you? Whatever are you talking about? If you won't tell this court, then I will. Well, don't keep us waiting. This case includes a second victim. one of the two people found alive in the tomb after the minister's murder was actually already dead. But a second victim, Apollo? Queen Amara, after you channeled Minister Ingram moved to the tomb, he vanished from the scene of the crime by channeling another victim. That explains why no one found you after the murder was discovered. Oh, you putrid pepper, of all the half-witted buffoonery to come tumbling from your lips. But suppose I indulge you and play along with your little delusion. Tell me, Mr. Justice, who was the other victim? There's no way this could be true. But no, I can't stop now. If this is the truth, it's the only way forward to solving the case. The other victim who Queen Amara channeled was Dirk knew everything, but he couldn't bring himself to tell me. He couldn't accuse the love of his life. The sad truth is, the other victim channeled by Amara was... You can't. That's not possible. The defendant, Dirk Sudmardi, is the one Queen Amara channeled. He's the other victim. This is insanity. Pokunka! Apollo, what are you? Do you realise what you're proposing?
Objection!
I demand an explanation, Mr. Justice. I don't know when or why Dirk was murdered, but the facts and evidence speak for themselves. And this is where they've led me. I see. After Inga's murder, Dirk and Maya were the only ones left in the tomb. But if one of them was actually dead and being channeled by Amara... But it can't be, can it? Dirk's bloodstain at the scene of the crime was the cincher for me. He's in the sarcophagus, isn't he? He wasn't even injured. How could he have possibly bled that much? The only logical explanation is Dirk had also been murdered. That's enough. Your explanation cannot be the truth, and you would not dare to claim to have proof to support your assertion. Nayuta, I wish it weren't true. I wish with all my heart that I am wrong. But as much as I don't want to believe it, yes, I can prove it. Dirk's killer must have hidden his body. It would have to be somewhere nobody would ever look. And there's only one such place. You truly have proof? The fastest way would be to actually have someone go and check the tomb. Go check the tomb? But why? Because I believe Dirk's killer hid his body here.
Take that!
You would suggest? Queen Amara's sarcophagus. The only place in the tomb no one would dare look. Plus, a killer would soon become trapped by hiding in there. But a body? Well, that's an horse of a different colour. Which means... I believe we must search the sarcophagus at once. Your Eminence, being that Queen Amara yet lives, I trust we may now open it. If we must. Your Majesty, I believe Detective Skye is still there at the tomb. Let us contact her at once and have her conduct a full investigation into the matter. Now then, Detective Skye, your report if you please. I'll start with my findings. Please, please let me be wrong about this. I just want things to be as they were. A search of the sarcophagus revealed a body that appears to be several days old. A body? Detective Skye? Tell me it wasn't Dirk. Tell me my whole theory was completely off base. I have a photo of the body, and I have positively identified it as Dirk Sagmadi. Dirk. No! Why? Why did this have to happen? Damn it, Dirk. Answer me. How can this be? The traitorous Snake, the very head of the insurgency, murdered. Oh, what a joyous day! Those fools shouting for change and revolution will finally return to whatever rocks they crawled out from under. What was I even fighting for? Apollo. What am I supposed to do now? Son. A lawyer should never look the way you do right now. A dragon never yields. Even when wounded, a dragon bites down hard and never lets go till its dying breath. It glares, it roars, it latches its jaws firmly upon its prey until the bitter end. That is what lawyers do to get the truth. But, Dirk, what if the truth is that you're... Apollo, in court tomorrow, you may find yourself faced with a truth that's difficult to accept. But I know you, and I know you can handle the truth no matter what it turns out to be. I know that because I believe in you. You're my son after all. You believed in me that much, Dirk? Dirk, I think I finally understand. I can't yield. Not now, not ever. Not after Dirk believed in me despite knowing what was about to happen. Besides, Dirk left me with two things I must do. Are you alright, Apollo? Sorry about that, Mr. Wright, but I'm fine now. Apollo. Detective Skye? Yes? How sure are you the body in that has been there for a few days? I'm positive. No autopsy's been performed yet, but I'd say at least 3 days. Fortunately, the low temperature inside the sarcophagus kept it from decaying. Oh, and the chest area bore 3 gunshot wounds from a small caliber weapon. I believe they're the cause of death. At least 3 days, huh? That means Dirk was already dead by the time he came to visit me back in the States. Then who was channeling him? I think it would have to be someone who could get into and stay in the US without arousing suspicion. Yet also had a solid cover story so they wouldn't be seen as missing. I believe this is who was channeling Dirk when I saw him in the States.
Take that!
Maya? Oh, I see. She was being held hostage at the time, so it seemed only natural she wasn't around. Right, and do you remember what she said earlier? Dirk didn't want his own death to be known. The other members of the Defiant Dragons would lose all hope if they found out, and that would snuff out the flames of the revolution for good. Miss Faye, Dirk told you to keep quiet about it, didn't he? I guess it's no use hiding it anymore. Yes, I promised not to tell. Dirk made me promise before he died. So I was right then. Apollo? There's something I need to tell you. About, Dirk's final moments. I'm listening, Miss Faye. What happened in his final moments? Soon after I was kidnapped, Dirk paid me a visit in that tomb where I was being held captive. I'd say it was a few days before Minister Inger's murder. Hey, young lady, time to get you up and out of here.
Oh. It's the revolutionary guy.
I'm here to rescue you.
You are? Why?
I figured things were a little too quiet with that stamp-sucking scumbag. So I started digging around, and that's when I found out you'd been abducted.
Why would a rebel help me?
Let's go before it's too late. It already is for you, pal. Long time no see, you rebel blowhard. Inga, I know you're up to something and I'm going to find out what. Uh... Ugh. That's gonna smart. You become a real thorn in my side, see? It's time for you to be pushing up daisies. Oh.
Dirk!
You really think a pea shooter like that could kill a dragon? What the? What are you, some kind of freak? Nuts to this.
Dirk was shot several times but barely even flinched. He sacrificed himself for me. Ah, these ropes. I've got to help you.
Relax, it's gonna be okay. Sorry things turned out this way. It doesn't look like I have much longer.
No, don't say that.
You're a spirit medium, aren't you? When I'm gone, I want you to channel my spirit.
Stop it. Don't give up like that.
If you do, untying a rope like that'll be child's play.
No. Please hang in there. You can still make it.
Promise me one thing, young lady. It's about my son.
Dirk was talking about you, Apollo. He said he wanted to see you one last time. So he asked me to return to the US and channel his spirit.
He really said that?
Hmm? He also said he'd been meaning to visit you for years, but kept putting it off. It was his last chance.
Dirk, you really did come to the US because you wanted to see me. I guess this means it was Inga that hid Dirk's body in the sarcophagus after Maya left the tomb.
Apollo, you can't stop now. Dirk would want you to keep pressing on.
I know, Miss Faye. And I won't disappoint him. Defense, if you're ready to proceed, I would have you first answer this. Do you believe the accused's death will impact what we know about this case? Yeah, and I believe I can explain everything now. Very well. Your explanation, please. Donated the tomb at 3, the time the hostage exchange was to take place. Or rather, Dirk, as channeled by Miss Fay, did. Now, by the time he entered the tomb at 3, Minister Inga was already dead. I say that because we know the minister was murdered at 2 PM. But there's someone else in there. This person was already hiding in the tomb, waiting to channel Dirk in place of Miss Fay.
Take that!
It was you, wasn't it? The fact of the matter is, Queen Amara killed Minister Inga at 2 PM. She then went to his private quarters and channeled his spirit. The minister, thinking he was going to be late, hurried to the tomb for the hostage exchange. Once in the tomb, Queen Amara stopped channeling Minister Inga and hid herself. Then, when Dirk entered at 3 PM, she snuck up from behind and forcibly drove Dirk's spirit out of Miss Fay's body.
Drove his spirit out of her body?
Objection!
Impossible.
Actually, there is a way to do that. A Magatama of parting, that is. Using one, anyone could drive a spirit out of a person's body, even if it refused to leave. Are you telling me the extra pale brown Magatama in the tomb was... That was it. That's right, Prosecutor Submardi, and I've seen one in action before. You saw how the glowing red Magatama sent the High Priest back to the Twilight Realm. And how it turned a spent pale brown afterwards. In other words, the brown Magatama found in the tomb looks that way because its power had been used up in pushing Dirk's spirit out of Miss Fay's body, right?
I probably passed out as soon as Dirk's spirit left my body. I was exhausted after channeling him for so long after all.
After that, Queen Amara must have dressed Miss Fay in her usual outfit and tied her up. I'm not sure when she got the outfit, but we can assume she had it all planned out. Then Queen Amara must have changed into Dirk's clothes, smeared blood on them, picked up the knife and channeled Dirk's spirit. That's how she made it look like Dirk had committed the crime. And it explains the lapse in his memory too. That's how she escaped right under our noses. I don't know, Apollo. The whole thing still seems a bit far-fetched. Dirk, what was going through your mind while all this was unfolding?
So ultimately it was all for naught.
Ah. Ultimately it was all for naught. Nayuta? Those dreams of revolution Dirk was always spouting. They placed nothing but false hope in the minds of the people. And in the end, they were simply fantasies. Nayuta, how can you... Karma has spoken.
The dream of revolution has withered on the vine, its fate is sealed. The other insurgents will soon wake from their shattered dreams. No, Dirk's dream can't die like this. I'm not going to sit back and let that happen. I can't, and I won't. Now Yuta, don't forget that Dirk's been proven innocent. His name's no longer tainted by the charge of murder. Now the rebels and their sympathisers who've been calling for his release can't be charged with abetting the accused. So the revolution's far from over, it's only just begun. No, Dirk has not yet been proven innocent. You've merely indicated the possibility of his innocence. What do you mean? Dirk is indeed dead. However, what if it was Dirk who killed Minister Inga while being channeled by Miss Fey? And while the crime could have occurred at 2 PM, you've yet to substantially prove it. Or do you have conclusive proof the time of Minister Inga's death was at 2 PM? Well, no, I don't, but... It seems further testimony would be required of me. As it would appear I've fallen under suspicion, I would like to state my case. Prosecutor Samadi, the rebellion must be snuffed out once and for all. You must prove Dirk Samadi to be the foul murderer that he was. And every last insurgent and their sympathisers must be found guilty under the Defence Culpability Act. As you wish, Your Eminence. Why isn't Yuta doing this? Garage shouldn't have him under her thumb anymore. Amara's not a hostage, so what gives? Hey Yuta, what's left to chain you to her like this? Very well then. Queen Amara, please proceed with your additional testimony. Well done, lawyer. You've painted me as a killer with nothing but your silver tongue. However, you've no evidence proving your distasteful theory. Furthermore, Dirk could have committed the crime while being channeled by Miss Fey. Now let us end the charade. For the eternal glory of Kharian and its people. Do you understand now, you putrid pepper? There is no point in defending Dirk any longer. It has all been in vain. Let it go and move on, right? Well, not today. Your theories are but a pillar of salt that crumbles at the slightest breeze. But no more. This ends here and now. The defence may proceed with its cross-examination.
Hold it!
Convincing others is all part of a lawyer's trade, so I'll take that as a compliment. You would, wouldn't you? I suppose you've deceived countless souls with your lies. But I should not be surprised considering you learned from him. Him? You mean Dirk, right? Yes, the man who deceived and seduced me, a grand priestess with his silver tongue. We are still talking about the case, right? Surely you've heard of a lady falling for the wrong man before. But to think I, of all people, would fall under that devil's spell. Wow, how did they ever get together in the first place, let alone procreate? I would advise all here today to beware this lawyer's silver tongue, lest you too be unjustly painted as the criminal as I have been. I admit I don't have any solid evidence yet. But you're the only one who could have committed the crime. What on earth do you mean? Including Miss Faye, there's only 3 spirit mediums in Karayan. Furthermore, when the crime scene was first discovered, Queen Garan was with me and Mr. Wright, while Miss Faye was tied up in the tomb. That means that the dirt we saw after the minister's murder, could only have been channeled by you, Queen Amara. Insolent lawyer!
Forgive us your mercifulness.
Really, Your Majesty? But have you considered the following defence? What if there was, unbeknownst to us, another spirit medium in Karayan? You're just taking the piss, aren't you?
Objection!
Oh, come on. What are the chances? You lack the evidence to support your claim Queen Amara's the killer, which is why you have to use the process of elimination to zero in on her. It therefore stands to reason you would have to rule out all other possibilities as well. Well, can you eliminate the possibility of another spirit medium defense? Of course I can't. Under the circumstances, Apollo, there are 2 ways to establish Amara's guilt. We either prove she killed Inga, or prove she was in the tomb. Which one can I actually prove? Shit, that's tough. I can prove Queen Amara was in the tomb when the murder occurred. It seems you're ever bent on painting me as the killer. If the shoe fits. Very well, let's see some evidence that proves I was at the scene of the crime. You do have some, do you not?
Hold it!
By simply changing to Dirk's clothes and channeling his spirit, it is a fact the killer altered the crime scene. How very perceptive of you. In trying to accomplish everything, the killer would have been pressed for time, and may have committed an error that could prove crucial to the case. And sometimes the significance of certain pieces of evidence can change in the face of new facts and circumstances. Why don't you take another look at all the evidence we have? You think I'll see something in a new light? Is there anything from the tomb that's taken on a different meaning now? Our way to find out is to consider each piece based on current understanding.
Hold it!
You're saying the Dirk who entered the tomb is the one who killed Minister Inga? I am. I stand firm with the prosecution's original charge against the accused. The only issue is whether Dirk was alive or dead. That's a pretty major issue. Oh, I beg to differ. For here in Karayan, death is not the end. Merely a change in one's address, for the Twilight Realm is only the next door over. Is it really? It is. Those who have only recently passed away may call upon you in the night. Such occurrences are quite common in our kingdom. She's kidding, right? In all the time I've spent here, I'm happy to say that's never happened to me. Me neither. You need not fear death. Embrace it, along with your guilt. Then may you begin your journey to the Twilight Realm.
Hold it!
Eternal glory. Once the King of Traitors has been judged and the rebellion quelled for good, peace and prosperity shall return to our fair kingdom. Then shall the blessings of the Holy Mother usher in an age of eternal glory.
With Queen Amara as the Grand Priestess of Khura'in once more, the people would be freed from subversive elements. Faith would blossom anew.
Oh, you're too kind, but I've no intention of resuming my position as Grand Priestess.
What?
I relinquished my position as Queen and Grand Priestess to my sister Karan. And now my would-be assassin is gone, I am truly free at last. Oh, perhaps I should take a trip or expand my horizons with new training.
Queen Amara? Looks like she's totally over being Grand Priestess and Queen. In that case, I shall introduce you to some wonderful classes that I'm taking. If Amara channeled Dirk, she must have been at the scene of the crime. If so, she may have left something behind. Sure, but the question is, did she? Well, if nothing else, you can always try to get her to testify about something else. Right, but first maybe a quick review of the evidence.